Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. We're here at Williams Grove with the SESRA Dirt Series. We got qualifying underway. I do apologize for a little bit of a late start, but you got us just in time for some qualifying as we see Jeffrey Godby out on track right now. We see the 48 of Scott Fritz making his qualifying attempt. He'll be joining us here for 50 laps here at William Grove Speedway. Nice, tricky hill track here. One of my favorite tracks on the series. And this should be a good one as these guys are going to have a lot of room to run wide. You get a nice narrow straightaway, but then the turns really open up wide and allows for some great side-by-side racing here. So your points leader, Scott Fritz, out on track right now. Just finishing up his qualifying attempt. So who else is on track right now? We got Jason Anderson just rolling out on the track. No, he just finished there. Tyler Berry just rolling out on track. Start his first of 2 laps. So he's going to jump right up to the top of the board here. Still have 3 drivers left to qualify. We have Speed Neitzel, Len Anderson, and Brandon Feeney out there left to qualify, but Tyler Berry with a 20.04. That's going to be his best time tonight. And we'll take a look at your point standings. As I apologize, Scott Fritz is no longer your series points leader. Jeff Ward is, because we've moved on to the North Regional. So Jeff Ward is your current points leader with Scott Fritz sitting back in second, Tyler Berry third, Jeffrey West, Daniel Nitzel on back, and a couple guys who haven't run in a while, like you see Jeffrey Godby out here tonight, haven't run in the North Series division just yet. And we're going to see that. Let's take a look so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the division. So we had 4 races in the South, and we'll have 4 races in the North. We were at Weedsport last week. We're at Williams Grove this week. We'll move on to Lernerville next week, and then Limaland on August 10th. And then Eldora for the 17th for double points. And then we'll move over to the West Division, where we'll see the Chili Bowl, we'll see Cedar Lake, Fairbury, and Kokomo. And that'll round out your divisionals, your regionals, if you will. And then we'll move on to having a overall champion, which is the points that you saw to the right. So we're just getting ready. We got about, looks like about 5 minutes left in qualifying, and we'll take a look at our race info here. Williams Grove Speedway, a long paperclip with very narrow straightaways and very wide corners. So air temp tonight's nice and cool with a lot of humidity. That should keep the track nice and tacky. Shouldn't dry off too much and slick up too much, but we'll see how it slicks off as these heavy late models go around the track, eat the moisture out of the track, and start slip sliding and banging their way around here. I do apologize for saying Original Rebels trucks. Having some issues with my timing and scoring, keeping what I want up there. There we go. Now it makes more sense. Do apologize for that, everybody. But here we go. We're going to get ready for some awesome dirt racing in just a few minutes. We'll have to see if Tyler Berry can lead this one start to finish, or if he's going to have a challenge tonight from Jeffrey West, Scott Fritz, Tyler Horn in here as well. I do not see our points leader, Jeff Ward, in here tonight. So an opportunity for some of these guys to get some extra points here tonight. I mentioned we got about 3 minutes before we grid up and take the green flag. We do have 3 people who have not gone out and qualified yet, so we'll have to see if anybody else does get out there and qualify here tonight. So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, whether you're watching on Intensity Broadcasting or if you're watching on the SCSRA Facebook page. Go ahead and jump over to Intensity Broadcasting. Give us a like, a follow, a subscribe. If you're watching on eRacing TV, we appreciate you watching there as well. What's eRacing TV? Well, it's a free app you can download for your Fire Stick, your Roku, and you can watch live iRacing 7 days a week. So we have races on there every night here on Intensity Broadcasting, as well as a couple other nights throughout the week. So go ahead and give that a check out. We would appreciate you looking into that as well. And don't forget to join us tonight after the SCSRA, as the iOS Cup Series are starting their playoffs tonight. And they're going to be taking on New Hampshire Motor Speedway tonight for 130 laps, which should be a great one. That's my local track, one of my favorite tracks to watch a race at. So we'll have to see how the iOS guys handle that tricky track, as we do have a car out on track. Speed Neitzel now going out to make his qualifying attempt. So gets that long run down the straightaway into these tight corners. Even though they're tight, though, they're nice and wide. Allows for some nice side-by-side racing. Going to come across the line for his first lap. It's going to be good for 2039, which is good enough for 8th, and I think that might be the only lap he turns. Maybe he feels like he's not going to be able to get anything better than that. You see him sitting back down on pit road. Unless he feels like he might want to go back out in just a moment. We will have 11 cars here in the feature for this 50-lap race here at Williams Grove Speedway. So with about 10 seconds left, doesn't look like he'll be out there to get another time. So we're going to get ready for your starting grid here on Intensity Broadcasting. Now on pole tonight, the 500 machine of Tyler Berry, with Jeffrey West to his outside. Third row, you're going to find the 48 of Scott Fritz, and outside of him, the 5 of Jeffrey Godby. In the third row, Tyler Horn in the 11, with Austin Hahn to his outside in the 7 machine. Then Lance Heinberger and Speed Neitzel will round out the 4th row. Jason Anderson and Len Anderson round out row 5, and Brandon Feeney in the 8 machine will be rolling off in that final 11th position. So as all the cars grid up here, and see from the stands here the view of the front stretch here at Williams Grove Speedway. We'll get ready for the first of 2 pace laps before we get ready to fire them off here at Williams Grove Speedway. And who's going to be able to take the checkers tonight is Tyler Berry, going to play the strategy tonight. Now, these guys here in the SCSRA do have a special rule where if you decide to, if you're the pole sitter and you fall back and take an EOL before the end of longest line, before the green flag, you will get 1 bonus point for every car you pass. So we know Tyler Berry is fast. We've seen him take that EOL once. We'll have to see if he takes that into the longest line penalty and try to get some extra bonus points here to move himself up through the field. As Tyler is currently sitting 10 points behind Jeff. Jeff not here tonight, but he's still sitting 7 points behind Scott. So if he's able to gain a couple spots through bonus points, that would be a huge gamble, and almost a gamble that might pay off here at Williams Grove as we see the cars start rolling here. And there it is. Doing exactly what I said. It's Tyler Berry. I'm sorry, Tyler Berry going to the back of the field to try to get those bonus points here tonight. So he's going to try to make it extra exciting. We'll have to watch him as the race progresses to see how he does. So he would get his points for finishing plus 1 bonus point for every car he passes. So that's going to put Scott Fritz up onto the pole, the man that Tyler Berry is battling for what would be the points lead, with Jeff Ward not showing up tonight. As we're going to go one more time around. Pace truck will be pulling off this time. We're going to get ready to fire off here at Williams Grove with Scott Fritz now sitting in the catbird seat and Jeffrey West to his outside. Jeffrey was fast last week until he got caught up with some lap traffic and a little bit of contact between him and Jeff Ward. We'll have to see if Jeffrey is going to be able to hold on tonight and have a good finish here against small field, but that means that there's less opportunities to get some points here. So the lights are off on the pace truck. Pace truck pulls in. Scott Fritz is going to lead him to the starting line. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here at Williams Grove Speedway. And already Scott Fritz will try to work that middle line. We see one car. That's the 7 of Austin Hahn. I'm sorry, that's the 5 of Godby way up on that high line. And here you're already seeing Tyler Horn throwing it in there, trying to get between them. And he's going to take away that second spot with a great slide job. He's going to set his sights on his teammate, Tyler Berry. So come down the backstretch here. Sorry, that's not his teammate, but it is his teammate, Scott Fritz, not Tyler Berry. Tyler Berry is still currently sitting back in the 6th spot. So he's already gained a couple of spots here. As now we see 3 wide as Godby splits Tyler Horn and the 7 of Austin Hahn, and that's going to put Godby up into the 4th spot as Tyler Horn is working hard on that high side. While all that was happening, it allowed Jeffrey West to get around, and he's moving himself. Now we got some more 3 wide racing here down the backstretch. Here comes Austin Hahn down on the bottom side, trying to get around the 11 of Tyler Horn, and they almost make some contact there. And there you see right behind Tyler Berry already up in the mix. Now he's looking to the low side, trying to take a 3 wide on the bottom. And some contact. Oh, Berry gets some hard contact there, but he gets through. Austin Hahn gets through. Tyler Horn got the worst of it. That's going to move Tyler Berry up into the 4th spot. So after taking that EOL penalty to get the extra bonus points, it's working out in his favor right now as he's already up into the 4th position. He's setting his sights on Jeffrey Godby. A little further back, Tyler Horn now battling with Lance Heinberger. Tyler on the high side, Lance on the low side, and so what it looked like from the fans if you were here tonight. That's going to move Tyler Horn around him and into that 6th spot, but a big gap, almost 2 seconds from Tyler Horn to Austin Hahn. Up front, Scott Fritz, a half a second lead over Jeffrey West, and Jeffrey West is trying to get something going here. We're caution free as we're working lap number 8, coming to lap number 9 this time. Some great racing all the way around, and oh, West hits that inside barrier hard. That's going to cause a lot of damage to that car. Big mistake there. We'll have to see if that's going to hurt him too badly here, as that is a lot of damage to the front of that machine. As you can see, the whole front end is missing off that car. And now it doesn't look like it's handling as well, as he lost quite a bit of downforce on the front of that machine, but now you can really see that thing carrying that left front tire. I hate to say, but he might have some serious suspension damage, as we're seeing that left front come way up off the ground. And Jeffrey Godby is caught right up, and Scott Fritz now almost a 2.5 second lead because of that mistake that Jeffrey West made. Here comes Godby trying to look to the bottom side to get around Jeffrey West. Oh, big slide there as Godby almost over-rotated that machine, and Tyler Berry is right there to pounce. See Tyler in that 4th spot. He's already caught Jeffrey Godby. Oh, some contact. Berry spins out right in front of Austin Hahn. Yellow flag is out. And that's going to bring up our first Intensity Broadcasting Wreckage Rewind of the night. And we see Tyler Berry trying to get around the 5 of Godby. He just throws it in there deep. Almost catches that inside. Oh, he does. He catches that little berm there. That upsets the car. Sends it right up the track, up into the side of Godby. Godby's able to keep going, but unfortunately Tyler Berry losing it right in front of Austin Hahn. And Hahn comes in, makes a little bit of contact. Nothing too serious there. So all those positions that Tyler Berry was able to make up, now he's going to see himself further back in the pack again, as he's going to be, looks like, restarting P9. That also erases that huge lead that Scott Fritz had. So lights on the pace car should be shutting off this time. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, get ready to refire them here at Williams Grove. And Scott Fritz is going to restart on that inside line. Jeffrey West on the outside with some heavy damage. We'll have to see how he fires off here. Then Jeffrey Godby and Austin Hahn in the 2nd row. Tyler Horn, Speed Neitzel in the 3rd row. And then Tyler Berry and Jason Anderson at the very, very back. Looks like Len Anderson and Brian Feeney are no longer on track. They're being listed as out as the pace car pulls off. Scott Fritz is going to lead them back to the line here. Green flag back in the air as he gets on it quickly to spread the field out. Here comes Jeffrey Godby, already working to the inside, moving himself into the 2nd spot. Here comes Tyler Horn, throwing it 3 wide here, coming off the corner. They are still side by side. Oh, some contact. Godby. Oh, Godby gets to the side of West, and West almost goes around. Everybody keeps it straight. West up into the wall. We're 4 wide for a second. Tyler Berry down on the bottom. Oh, and some contact with him and Godby, but Godby able to keep it straight. Godby up into the 2nd spot now. Here comes Tyler Berry on that low side, trying to get around Austin Hahn. He's going to clear him here, coming off the corner, trying side by side with his teammate here. And Tyler Berry's going to throw a wicked slider here. Is there 3 wide coming through the corner? Tyler Berry, move him up into the second spot. Here comes Austin Hahn. Oh, Tyler Berry gets really sideways there. He made the corner. Looked like he might have got some help from behind, but able to get that thing going in the right direction. And now Austin Hahn all over the back of God B with Tyler Horn breathing down his neck. While that's all going on, Scott Fritz has gotten himself back out that 2.5-second lead that he had earlier before the yellow flag came out. These guys were beating and banging and battling here for the top positions. And now that Tyler Berry has gotten around these guys, he is starting to check out away from these guys, and he's going to try to run down Scott Fritz. Right now, he's hoping to catch a little bit of a caution without being the caution, as Godby and Hahn are going at it lap after lap. Oh, a little contact there. Hahn turns Godby around. That's going to bring out the yellow flag. We see Hahn getting that, Godby getting that thing righted around. And let's bring up our wreckage rewind to see exactly what happened there. Let's see if we can have a little different view of it possibly. So they come down into the corner. And you see Hahn just able to get back to the accelerator so much quicker than Godby was. And that's going to turn Godby right around. And doesn't look like it was intentional. More of a, just a little bit of a misjudge there. As, oh, Godby's not just parked there. Jeffrey West comes down onto pit road. So if he's going to see if he can get some damage fixed. These guys do not have any resets. So what little damage he might be able to get fixed here, we'll have to see if it helps him out. As we can see with the track map here, Jeffrey West listed as a 10 on our scoring. So you see the 10 there on pit road just past that start-finish line red stripe. Here comes the field off of turn number 4. So you can see he might be losing a lap here, trying to get that thing fixed up. So it looks like he's going to lose. Nope, he's going to get out in front of the field and not lose a lap. So the lights on the pace truck are off. We're going to get ready to refire here at Williams Grove Speedway. But Scott Fritz on the bottom. Tyler Berry now up on the high side as they come off of turn number 4. Oh, some contact already between Fritz and Berry. And they're side by side going into turn number 1. Tyler Berry down on that low side trying to take the position away. As they come down into turns 3 and 4. Tyler Berry way down on that bottom line. And he's going to take the position away from Scott Fritz. Can he clear him completely? Scott Fritz battling back on the high side, able to get the power down on that high side. And Berry looks like he bogged it down a little bit on that low side. Not able to clear him. Fritz is going to clear Berry, though, as Berry throws it down into turns 3 and 4. Off the corner they come. Scott Fritz, though, is going to come out on top. Berry is committed down to that low side right now, trying to get every inch of real estate he can down there to try to get a good run and maybe throw a slider in here on Fritz. Oh, some contact between Berry and Fritz. But Berry losing a lot of momentum there because of it. Just behind this, Jeffrey Godby now working on Austin Hahn. Oh, Godby's got Hahn up on top of him. And I don't know if that was a little retaliation or what there, but we're going to bring up our wreckage rewind. Oh, this was the first one where Godby got turned around by Hahn. And then you see Godby. Yeah, he turns Hahn right around, and yeah, that looks like it might have been a thank you very much. So that looked like a little bit of some drama there between Godby and Hahn, and we'll have to see if this continues on throughout the night between those two. Tyler Berry, though, still sitting in second spot behind Scott Fritz, as Fritz was able to hold off Berry. Hard charge there. You see West getting some more damage repaired there as the lights are off on the pace truck. I know it's showing Jeffrey West as the leader, but we know he is not. It's a little scoring glitch there. Now he falls back to the back. Pace truck pulls off of the track on the pit road. This time Fritz gets on the gas, doesn't get into Tyler, and we're back green flag racing. Tyler's going to slide in right back behind Fritz. He's going to throw it in to turn one early, seeing if he can get some position here as we see Godby, Tyler Horn battling back there. Godby up into that third position, and here goes Fritz trying to stretch his legs and get that lead and start extending that lead off of Tyler Berry. A little further back, Tyler Horn battling with the 5 of Jeffrey Godby. Right behind them, Lance Heinberger trying to make his way into this picture as well, as we see Josh Berry now. I'm sorry, not Josh Berry, Tyler Berry. Wrong Berry. On the bottom. Now he works his way back up to the top, so he's starting to see that top line might be a little bit quicker way to get around here. Jumps back down to the bottom side through 3 and 4, so looks like he's running that high side in 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 down on the low side. Is here we got a battle here for 4th place as Lance Heinberger looking down to the inside of Tyler Horn. Not able to clear Horn, though, as Horn's able to battle back. Here comes Lance back on the bottom side as they come by side off of turn number 4. That's three, 4 cars right there you can throw a blanket over. As Heinberger is trying to do everything he can to get around Tyler here. Oh, Tyler almost gets in the back of Godby. Godby really over-rotated there. And that's allowed Tyler Horn to get up on the high side, but not able to get around. We see Tyler Berry starting to run Scott Fritz down. Scott's lead was over a second and a half, and it's just fallen down to just under a second now, so Tyler might have figured something out by running the high side in 1 and 2 and the low side in 3 and 4. It's an interesting way to run 2 different parts of the track here, is now he's back down to the low side. Seeing if he can get something to work here any way he can. Tyler Horn, though, still battling with Godby back here for that final podium position, as he's going to throw it in there side by side off of turn number 4. Oh, almost some contact there. And Tyler Horn is going to get crossed over now by Godby, who's going to take that position back and keep Godby up into that 3rd position while they're battling That's allowed Heinberger to join the battle. He was almost to the inside of Horn, but just not able to make it stick. Oh, some contact now as Tyler Horn's gone around. That's going to bring up another caution here. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind as we try to see what happened here. So let's take a look from overhead here, see if it gives us a little bit of a better view. Oh, Barry hit the brakes as to not run Godby over and ended up spitting himself out. And we see Jeffrey West back onto pit road, trying to get a little bit more of that damage fixed. But so far, it's been all Scott Fritz up at the front. So I have to see if Tyler Berry's going to be able to restart, get a little bit better restart here. As he's only going to have about 18 laps to go. 17 laps to go when we take the green flag here. And the lights on the pace truck are off, so Scott Fritz still choosing that bottom side with Tyler Berry to his outside. And Jeffrey Godby and Lance Heinberg are going to be in the second row. Austin Hahn, Speed Neitzel in the third row. We got Austin Hahn right behind the 5 of Godby here. And we saw some retaliation earlier from the 5. We'll have to see if the 7 tries to do the same thing as we're back green flag racing. Scott Fritz hard on that loud pedal immediately. And Tyler Berry just not able to keep up with him on that restart. Here goes Austin Hahn throwing it inside of Godby. Godby now looking to the inside of Lance Heinberger as slider by Godby, but we got a battle for the lead now. As Tyler Berry is there, he's caught Scott Fritz now. Tyler working that bottom side, trying to get alongside here to try to make a move, and Scott Fritz now goes down to the low side. Oh, we saw Tyler Berry do the same thing that West did earlier, catch that inside barrier. Not quite as hard as we saw West hit it, but still enough to really kill his momentum and slide him backwards. And almost into the clutches of Lance Heinberger. We go Godby and Hahn now. Hahn looking down to the inside of Godby. Throws it in there and not able to make it stick. And already Berry is starting to climb back up to Scott Fritz. We got 15 laps to go, 14 laps when we cross the line next time. And Scott Fritz's lead is a half a second as Tyler Berry is starting to creep up there to get up there to try to take that lead away. Austin Hahn still trying to get around that 5 of Godby. Those two have been like magnets to each other all race long. Here comes Tyler Horn trying to get himself back up into contention as well, since he's fallen all the way back. And now Scott Fritz and Tyler Berry side by side for the lead. Tyler Berry down on the bottom side, Scott Fritz on the high side. They're side by side coming off of turn number 2. And they're still side by side as Tyler Berry's not giving an inch. Oh, almost some contact between those two. Berry's going to throw a slide job here, and Berry's going to take the lead away from Fritz here, as Fritz is going to try to battle back on that high side. Is he going to be able to cross him over here possibly, or even get back to the back bumper? And no, Tyler Berry starting to pull away from Scott Fritz as he's still working that low side, and Scott overdrove that corner, and now he's fallen back to a half a second Back here a little further, we've got another battle between Hahn and Godby. They're side by side. This is for 4th and 5th, with Tyler Horn right there in 6th. While these guys are battling, it's allowing Heinberger start to pull away a little bit. Oh, Hahn throws a bit of a slider, some more contact between the 5 and the 7. Story of the night here. Oh, some contact between Horn and Hahn. As Hahn thought he was clear, and he just was not clear yet. Now we're back to single file racing with just 10 laps to go. Does anybody have enough time to make a move? Are we going to see some desperation? As Tyler Berry's now starting to pull right away from Scott Fritz. He's got himself a 2.5-second lead. And Heinberger 2 seconds back from Fritz now. But right now the biggest battle on track is right here between Austin Hahn, Tyler Horn, and Jeffrey Godby as they come down the front stretch. Still battling hard, these cars, trying to get every position they can as the track is really slicked off now. You can see just how slick the track's gotten as people are having trouble getting that power down. See, Tyler Horn way up, jumps the cushion a little bit. That's not going to help him. Tyler Horn was, that's Austin Hahn all out of shape there coming down the backstretch. And Godby trying to get to the inside of Heinberger as he's caught Heinberger. It's one thing to catch a guy. It's another thing to pass the guy. As you see, Hahn, some more contact between the 5 and the 7. These two have been battling hard all race long, and they do not look very happy with each other all race, as we've seen them both turn each other at one point in this race. Now, Godby to the inside of Heinberger, trying to take that final podium spot away. We got 5 laps to go here. Godby not able to clear the 9 of Heinberger. That's allowing Hahn to jump up to that high side, work that cushion a little bit, but they're side by side now, back in line. Oh, some contact between Heinberger and Godby. Heinberger up into the wall. Now they're back side by side. Some more contact almost as Godby's moved himself up into the 3rd position. And here comes Austin Hahn trying to take 4th away from Heinberger now. As they leaders cross the line here, we're going to have 3 laps to go. Heinberger trying to get back to that high side to get around Godby, but Godby's defending. Down on the bottom side, they're side-by-side drag racing down the front stretch and into turn 1. Godby with that low line's got a little bit of an advantage, it looks like, as they come off the corner, but here comes Heinberger, able to get that power down on the high side. Some more contact. As this has been some full contact racing tonight here at Williams Grove, and Heinberger's going to take that position back. Tyler Berry stretched his lead out to 4 seconds as Godby back down on the bottom. Not able to make that work. Oh, more contact. Austin Hahn got into the side of Tyler Horn. The white flag is out. These guys are still racing hard, but Tyler Berry comes down the back stretch. And through turns 3 and 4, and as he comes off of turn number 4, checker flag is in the air. As Tyler Berry is going to win here at Williams Grove. Scott Fritz going to come home 2nd. Lance Heinberger coming home in 3rd. Justin Godby, Tyler Horn, Austin Hahn, Jeffrey West, and Speed Neitzel are going to come home with Jason Anderson coming home in 10th. So we saw the firework display there off of turn number 4, but your winner tonight, Tyler Berry, getting maximum bonus points tonight. It's a little celebratory contact there from Godby, and he's going to do a little celebration here on the front stretch. It's Tyler Berry, your winner. Scott Fritz, Lance Heinberger, Jeffrey Godby, and Tyler Horn round out your top 5. And Austin Hahn, Jeffrey West, who had that damage early in the race, was not able to recover from it. Speed Neitzel, Jason Anderson, Len Anderson, and Brandon Feeney are going to be credited with the last place. let's see if we can talk with our top three here. See if Lance, see if we can get our top three up into the booth tonight. Starting with third place of Lance Heinberger. So it looks like all three drivers tonight. It is a top three sweep for T-Berry Motorsports. Let's pull in Lance Heinberger here. Lance, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was a hard fought third place finish there as you and Jeffrey Godby were battling it out there towards the end. The track really looked like it started to get tricky there towards the end of the race, and you were able to hold on for that final podium position. How'd the race go for you, and how did the track really change as the race went on?
To start the race off, I mean, track was a lot tackier than what it finished off to be, but I kind of played it smart and kept the car clean and basically let everybody else have their mistakes and run their race, and then capitalized off of everybody else's mistakes and made my way into the top five. And the next thing you know, I was in third.
Yeah, and the mistakes seem to be the story of the night as we saw Jeffrey West, who was running up front most of the race, caught the inside barrier. And how easy was it to catch that inside berm and that inside wall getting through the corner there?
Pretty easy when the track started to slick off. I mean, these cars are kind of hard to turn at Williams Grove, so you either got to be easy on the throttle, full throttle, and a little bit of brake, or yeah, something in between that. And I seen Tyler up in front of me. He barely tapped the wall, so I'm sure there's a bunch of them all night long. And the backstretch wall was actually one of the main problems too. The cars hitting it on the sides and bouncing off each other.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact made between everybody tonight. But hey, top three sweep for the TBA Motorsports guys. Anybody you want to thank? Anyone you got a shout out to here tonight?
Shout out to the team, Tyler for having us, and the ESN or the ESN for the broadcast, and Jason for putting the league on.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the third place finish. I think that's your first podium of the season, if I'm not mistaken. So it was good talking to you, and I'm hopeful we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Now we'll pull in your second place finisher here, Scott Fritz. Scott, it seems like it's week after week we're talking to you, but it's Josh up here in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, great run there. It seemed like cautions seemed to be your downfall tonight as they just came out at the wrong time, and Tyler was able to run you back down. And it seemed like he was running at one point running high through 1 and 2 and low through 3 and 4, and that's when he really started to catch you there. Did the track change that much, and were both sides of the track just that much different?
Yeah, it really started to change there at the end. 1 and 2, you could kind of you could run the bottom or run the top. 3 and 4, if you really wanted to be fast, you had to be right around the bottom there, towards the end. Um, yeah, I couldn't get around the bottom like Tyler could there at the end. The cautions kind of hurt me, especially that last one. I felt like if that last one when it came out, Tyler, we probably had a pretty good race there. Last couple laps, he probably would have caught me, but we probably been able to race for it. But yeah, cautions kind of hurt me there, but still came on with a second, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a good points night for you, as we know you had the South Championship one, and I know up here in the North isn't treating you as well as the South did, but still a good points night. And like I just said to Heinberger there, the top three for T-Berry Motorsports, that's going to feel pretty good too.
Yeah, I think this is our second 1, 2, 3 now. But yeah, this is probably not one of my favorite tracks. It's kind of like shaped kind of like USA, and I hate that track. So it's probably my other worst track. But after that should be good, pretty decent at Lernerville. But then after that we got 2 tracks I've raced on in real life, and really good at. So we should be good after that.
Awesome, man. I'm sure you're looking forward to that. And before we let you go, I know you got a laundry list of people you got to shout out and thank tonight.
Yeah, I just want to thank T-Berry Motorsports, of course, and congrats to Tyler on the win. And I know he's been working hard to try and get back to victory lane since he won the very first week. But Then it's Wrath ATV UTV, 605 Racing and Tire Solutions, my girlfriend and y'all in the booth, and Jason for putting this on.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the second place tonight. And I'm sure as the season goes on, we'll be talking to you again soon because, like you said, you've got some of your favorite tracks coming up.
Yep. I'll see you later.
So that was our second place finisher, Scott Fritz. And let's pull in our winner tonight, Tyler Berry. Tyler, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Man, at one point in the race, I accidentally called you Josh Berry, which I know isn't an insult, but the way you were racing tonight, you kind of looked like Josh Berry. You took the EOL early, got those extra bonus points, which as I was talking about, that's when you dropped to the back. So perfect timing, and it worked out in your favor as you got maximum points tonight.
Yeah, that was an awesome night for points, especially and coming out with the win. But yeah, so I figured might as well. I know this track pretty well, so might as well go back and get some extra points on Scott and Jeff Ward, which can't be here, but shout out to him for. I hope he's watching tonight. But yeah, figured I'd go back there. It kind of got a little rough. Got in a couple of incidents, wrecked the car a little bit, but I think on one I got sent to the back again. So yeah, it was. I guess I don't know what to say. I just really kind of focused this time and wanted to get this win, and we finally got her. Yeah, that's all I could think of right now.
Yeah, because it's the first win you've had since the first race of the season. So congratulations on that. And I got to ask you two things. First off, the only mistake you really made tonight was when you caught that inside berm and then you hit that inside tire. Did that damage the car at all? Because we saw Jeffrey West really destroy his car by hitting that inside wall. And it looks like you did almost the same thing, but you were able to pull off the win. Did that affect the car at all?
Yeah, first off, thank you by the way. And no, I actually did not hit that low. There's like tires leading up, and then there's that little wall where I think Jeff hit, but somehow I missed that. I just jumped the tires and it caught a zero. I must hit a fender on it or something because I was like, yeah, we're done. But no, it didn't do anything. So I was like, all right, let's keep on trucking.
Yeah, and the other question I got to ask is, you're the only person who was running high in 1 and 2, and then low in 3 and 4, and that's how you caught Scott Fritz. Was that really the way the track kind of changed over time, where that high side was so much faster in 1 and 2, but the low side was in 3 and 4?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just following Scott on 1 and 2 because I knew that was going to be quick up there because I tried it earlier in the race on the bottom there, and it just wasn't sticking. So I guess I know I followed him for a little bit up top, and then I was like, yeah, let's just try down below and see what happens because it was pretty tacky down there. So I know it was slowly catching up to him, and then that's when I think I went to the bottom of 1 and 2 to just try catch up a little bit more. And yeah, the bottom surprisingly was really quick tonight. I did not expect that because usually it's top dominant here. So that's what I used to do in the UMPs before they updated them down here on the bottom. So I was like, you know what, we got nothing to lose except for maybe 1 point or something. So let's just try it out, and it worked out.
Well, awesome job tonight, and I know you got a list of people you want to thank. There's some shout outs you got to give.
Yeah, I just got to shout out all my T-Berry guys. We did great tonight. I think we went top 5 all T-Berry guys. I could be mistaken, but I know at least top 3. Big thanks to them guys. I got a shout out to Peyton Caldwell. He told me to shout out him tonight, and we got the W. So there you go, Peyton. I got to thank Crow River Signs, Wrath Racing ATV UTV, Dynamic Designs with Trevor Roosh. Scott Fritz Designs for the wraps as always. He does a phenomenal job. Can't thank him enough for the turnaround time and get these awesome wraps out. I gotta thank 605 Racing and Tire Solutions. Of course, you, Josh, for hopping on the season and broadcasting. And I know I say it all the time, but I really do love going back and watching these races. Can't thank you enough. I gotta thank Jason, involved with this series. I love running the series. It's always a blast. Me and me and Scoot put on a pretty good race for a little bit, and then that happens in every single race, so I can't thank him enough for putting on the series. And then lastly, I gotta thank my dad for coming and watching tonight, my girlfriend Lizzie, and always my puppies downstairs rooting me on.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win. First one since the very beginning of the season. I know Scott was saying he's got some tracks coming up that he really loves and enjoys. Do you feel the same way with the next couple races in this season?
I haven't looked at the schedule too much, but I'm sure if he loves them, I love them too. So I think it'll be a good battle.
Well, we go from Williams Grove over to Lernerville, then Lima,
Oh yeah,
and then Limaland.
yeah, one of my two favorite tracks. So yep, this is gonna be a really good show. So
Yep.
thanks to all the viewers, and you guys better tune in next week and
Yep.
the week after.
Yeah, Limaland. Lernerville, Limaland, and then double points at Eldora. So I'm sure those three tracks coming up are circled on your calendar now.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Josh.
Awesome, Tyler. Well, have a great one.
Thanks, you too.
So there you have it. Your winner tonight, Tyler Berry, making his way from the back to the front after taking the EOL to get the bonus points here tonight. And that's going to do it here on Intensity Broadcasting for the SESRA. Don't forget to join us next week as we move on over to Lernerville for 50 laps and Limeland and Eldora. Like I said, that's going to round out your East Series, or excuse me, your North Series. So, and don't forget to join us back here in about an hour when the iOS Cup Series will be taking on the tricky New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Again, my name is Josh Hall. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, whether it's Intensity Broadcasting or the SESRA Facebook page. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over